Hey, today I'm going to do another 1cc slash hero ending attempt on Rival Megagun. You may remember I had a bunch of like random footage at the end of my overview. What that was an addendum explaining how the gear system works. However, I guess I just haven't been on top of things lately. I had the mic muted. But basically, I'll give you the cliff notes. You get gear by just beating maps, basically, by winning like fights. So I don't really know like what the rate is. I've played like about an hour and a half of this and I only got one thing, so I don't know how long it takes, but I assume that will make things a little easier. There have been people talking about issues with the matchmaking and also complaining about the pacing as well, so it's not just me that feels that the game just feels like it's a bit slow. I'm sure they'll probably work on that once the game's been out longer. I believe it comes out on Switch tomorrow, actually, so I'm sure they'll get some more feedback there. I saw some high-level gameplay of this. The game looks really impressive. It's just... I think those guys are also like Twinkle Star Sprites pros as well, so I imagine that helps. So to get the hero ending, you need to beat the final boss without continuing. Once you get to that point, you can continue as many times as you want. So ideally, you want to get there with like both lives and then maybe some bombs so that you can kind of brute force it, so to speak. I think the issue with the boss, it's one reason why I haven't really wanted to play this single player, is that there's no focus fire or slow fire mode in this game. So you have like a lot of instances where if you could slow down like how fast you travel, like most cave shmups, pretty much any Danmaku shmup really, then that would definitely help. But since you can't, sometimes that final boss feels a little unfair. I saw some other people mentioning the same thing as well. I have to try playing this with arcade stick. I always get lazy to hook it up unless I'm playing like a fighting game or something for a long period of time. That might help as well, but on the other hand, I've seen people saying that the arcade stick is actually at a disadvantage compared to controller, which I think is pretty interesting. It's normally not something you hear with these games. Normally you want the precision of an arcade stick. I'm not exactly sure why. I think they mentioned like the analog movement or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's what's frustrating about this game, is that just sometimes the AI just doesn't get hit by anything. So you have like really long periods of time where there's just like nothing happening. I think if they like ramped up like how often the enemies spawned in this mode, but also made it so the AI can't just dodge everything, I think that would make the single player a lot more satisfying to play. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed because this is going to be on the Switch, and obviously, unless you have like someone locally to play with, the only mode you're going to have is the online and the versus CPU. So I think they should not necessarily dumb it down, just make it so that they actually do get hit by things. It kind of feels like, you know how some fighting games, you know, they'll have like AI that just completely input reads everything. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a perfect example of that. The AI in that game is basically runs off two extremes. You know, they either just stand there and let you kill them, or they input read everything. There's like there's no medium in that game at all. So you have like instances where the arcade mode, basically the meta for arcade mode is you just like spam the super dash ad nauseum because nothing else will work on the AI. Let's see if this does something. I'll be right back. Gotta let the cat out. Oh, there we go. I got some new gear, so I'll check that out. However, I actually got a new weapon too, so I'll check that out after this. You can kind of see what I meant there. It really wasn't until I was able to transform that I was able to do any damage to the AI at all. I did a whole lot of nothing, as you can see. Luckily, the arcade mode is pretty short, so, you know, even if you do get some really boring matches, it can actually not take that long to get to the boss. But it's mostly the random factor of, like, how long it takes the AI to die is what gets really frustrating about the single player in this game. There we go. Music's really good. I think this game has good presentation. I mean, the character designs are not really my cup of tea, but like I said in my overview, I do like that they are not just screaming anime lollies, because we have an army surplus of those at this point. I'm not sure if the weird, like, unorthodox, kind of ugly character design is going to really impact their sales or not. I think at this point, people are just happy for any kind of commercial shmup at all, especially one like this that has a pretty good amount of polish. I think the pacing and the AI could definitely use some work. I can't really speak much about the metagame because I actually haven't played a human at this yet, but I think it's got a pretty decent amount of polish. They just need to make the single player a lot less random and frustrating. This track is fire, by the way. I've had this stuck in my head all day. I lost my chain because I got hit. That's a bummer. There we go. So the general strategy seems to be is you pile up a chain as far as you can and then you transform. What that does is it allows you to just have like just a giant barrage of bullets on the screen, and then you're transforming and you're kind of directly controlling where the opponent can go, and then the minions or the garbage are basically controlling them even more. At least that's what I've had success with. I have watched a couple actual PvP matches on this and it seems to be pretty much the same thing. But I think on the harder difficulties it actually spawns more enemies, so this may be one of those games where it's easier on hard mode, which I don't think is the kind of thing they need to have. Ah, shit. hopefully that gear that I get will help with this. I'm gonna ride this credit out as long as I can. No resets. Not really spawning a lot of Zakos, so I can't chain together that well, unfortunately. There's a couple Zakos. I'm just gonna transform. There we go. Good strat there. Nice. Okay, so I want to try to get another bomb on the next 2 levels so that I have full stock for the boss and I can get that hero ending. But I'm not really sure if that's going to happen at this point. And actually, never mind. It's actually better to waste a bomb on the host because the host instantly transforms at the beginning of the fight. There we go, got some nice juicy Zako kills there. Oh man, those guys are like the hardest enemy pretty much because they come in and if you're at the perfect angle, they do that instant laser, and you don't really have a whole lot you can do about it. Try to get up to a 10 chain here. This run's not looking too good right now. I wasn't really intending to take a death there, but got unlucky with that, I don't know what to call it, octopus laser thing. Definitely not a Zako, because it doesn't die in one hit, so I don't know what to call it. So I'm just gonna bomb. Ah, shit. I would like to do more attempts of this per video, but due to the random factor of like how long it takes them to actually take damage, I don't really think it's something that's feasible. But ideally, I'll probably just do like streams of this, and then I can upload like a successful run or something. That's probably something I'll look into. This run's pretty much toast at this point because that damn octopus thing's gone. I kept getting hit, like, right when I had a high chain. When you get hit while you're charging up your meter, it actually removes all that you're going to get. So basically, it just goes back down to whatever you had before you started the chain. Alright, so you get to see the final boss in this run at least, but I'm not going to be able to get the hero ending. I took too many hits. Some pretty bad luck there. Octo guy spawning wrong time. But basically there's like the Harvester core is after this, and you need to get here without, you need to beat this boss without continuing. This is where the lack of a focus fire makes itself really apparent. You can't, like, dodge some of these volleys very easily because of how fast the ship moves. Oh man, so close. If I hadn't gotten killed by all those octo laser dudes, that definitely would have been a 1cc for sure. Anyway, I'm going to check out what I got from that. I might have gotten some good stuff here. Compact blasters. Converts your ship's blasters into a close-range weapon for increased damage. Alright, that sounds good. Flame Slash. What is this? Cuts in the direction of your rival and leaves a dangerous trail of fire behind. Alright, I want to try this out really quick. I'm not going to do another full run because it takes too long. Let's just try versus CPU. Gen's basic homing missile basically never works on the AI, so it might as well just, like, not be there. I'm not sure how viable this is, because there's not really much reason to not be at the back of the screen all the time. This is actually costing me quite a bit of damage here. Probably more useful on the later levels or on the harder difficulties where the more difficult enemies spawn more often. It definitely is destroying them a lot faster, but for the Zako and stuff, it seems like it's kind of a detriment to take this. Like, all those Zakos up there I could not kill because I can't get over there in time. It seems like kind of a shitty weapon. Go ahead and play this match out. I'm sure there's probably better primary weapons you can use. I know there's like a standard like shmup option that you can get later on. Probably that and this combined is probably not a bad combination, but this is all I have right now, so it's whatever. Try out the fully charged Flame Slash. That seems kind of shitty too. And like I said, it's hard to judge it based on the AI because they just have, like, superhuman reflexes. I'm not even sure if they input read or not. It seems like they have a really high chance of dodging basically everything. Anyway, that's it. If you guys would like me to do more live 1cc attempts of this, go ahead and let me know. I'm just kind of playing this for fun. They were nice enough to give it to me, so I'll try jumping into some online matches. It seems like there's A, not that many people playing, and B, there's been some problems with the matchmaking, so maybe once that's fixed or they get more hands on the game, then maybe I'll look into the PvP. I might actually get this for the Switch too. I'm definitely going to be kind of stalking some streams tomorrow and see if people are buying it on Switch and streaming it. There's actually pretty consistent amount of matches being made, then I might go ahead and buy it again. I mean, I got this version for free. I am enjoying the game so far, despite its shortcomings and how frustrating it is to play versus the AI. But I wouldn't mind supporting them, so we'll see what happens later this week. Thanks for watching. Peace.